Hey guys, so kind of a random video today. I just recently finished watching the Netflix series Cobra Kai, wearing the appropriate t-shirt by the way, and it's really good. Already sort of anticipating season 3, which apparently they have finished filming now. The pandemic has, I think, delayed it slightly, but they actually were able to get it finished before things got really bad. But I actually liked it so much I've actually gone back and rewatched it the whole way through. And there's some interesting things actually you notice when you rewatch things, when you sort of know what direction things are going to take with the story and the characters, where you're just sort of like, oh, is that a sort of setup for what happens later, or were they sort of foreshadowing something there maybe? You just sort of don't notice a lot of those things until you watch it the second time, with the knowledge of where things go. And so there's one particular scene from partway through season 2 that I want to talk about, is because I've watched it so many times now, it just really fascinates me. So if you can't guess from the fact that this is a scene from partway through season 2, I'm going to have to, basically the whole of the first 2 seasons, I would say, because I'm going to talk about things that happen after this as well. Spoiler warning for the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai, basically. If you've not watched Cobra Kai, the whole thing as of yet, I would advise you go and do that now. Go and do that anyway, really, because I think it's a really good show. I wasn't even the biggest fan of The Karate Kid when I first saw it, but I actually really do like this show. Just a bit of background, if you're not interested in watching Cobra Kai, but you still want to watch this video. In the first season, the sort of main teenage character, Miguel, has been dating this girl called Sam, and they break up shortly before the end of season 1. The sort of start of season 2, he's kind of obsessing over how he's going to win her back, he's going to get back together with her. One particular lesson at Cobra Kai, they teach them this lesson of go all in, make a move. And it is a fighting technique in that sense, but he's taking it sort of to heart in terms of how he wins Sam back. So in the restaurant where I guess the Cobra Kai students just hang out a little bit after a lesson, he's working away on a laptop on a table. This sort of fairly new student called Tory is sort of seeing what he's doing, and she's kind of curious. It's not exactly clear why she's curious. Even rewatching this episode, it's still not particularly clear to me. She's just sort of like, oh, what's he doing over there? So later on, she goes over and just talks to him privately about what he's doing. This is how that plays out.
Seriously, what are you working on? What? Is it something dirty?
No, it's not.
Show me.
Dirty.
Come on.
I could use a girl's opinion on this, actually. But you have to promise not to laugh.
I can't make that promise. Ta-da.
So yeah, there's some obvious, interesting sort of chemistry between the two of them, even before she realises what he's doing. I don't know if maybe that's just the sort of show trying to get us, the audience, to sort of like these two together. One thing in particular I kind of like is the line, I can't make that promise. She's being very honest with him. She's not at any point even considering humouring him. She's going to be brash with him. She's going to be kind of brutally honest and not mess him around at all, which is the mark, I think, of a good friend, I would say. Miguel eventually shows her what he's been working on the laptop, and it's just a way to sort of try and win Sam back, basically. The complicating factor with this is Tory actually knows Sam. She doesn't realise at this point that she's Miguel's ex-girlfriend, or even that her and Miguel know each other. She's just run into her at a beach party, and Sam has accused her of stealing her mum's wallet, because she knew that she had a habit of stealing from earlier on that day. And Tory is quite rightly taken aback by this, and basically she just sort of shoves Sam out of the way. Is quite sort of outraged that she would be just accused based on no evidence whatsoever. So she really doesn't like Sam at this point, is basically the key factor here. She watches this little flash animation Miguel's put together, and she first starts watching it. She's kind of engaged by it. Miguel sort of talks over the top of it for a little bit, and Tory shushes him because she's trying to watch it. And then Miguel's picture appears, and she really likes that. Then Sam's picture appears, and she's completely lost interest. And what I find interesting about it is she actually looks at Miguel at that point. Now, we don't see what Miguel's doing at that particular moment when she looks at Miguel. So it's a little unclear as to exactly why she does that. Is it to see if Miguel's still as engaged in this little flash animation that he made as she is? Or has he lost interest at this point because Sam's picture has appeared? Or is it maybe to see if Miguel's looking at her, to see her reaction? She's sort of worried, oh no, I've just sort of telegraphed the fact that I've lost interest in this little thing. has Miguel noticed that? I'm guessing he probably hasn't noticed. She's kind of sort of more interested in what Miguel thinks of both the little flash animation they're watching and what her reaction to that is than she is in the flash animation itself. At the point Sam appears, as far as Tory's concerned, what is actually in the flash animation is not important anymore. It's quite clear from that point on that she is not interested in whatever that little flash animation has, because she expresses verbally some real disinterest. She also allows Miguel to just talk over the rest of it when she was shushing him before. Tory at this point has obviously sort of thought to herself, oh no, he's trying to win back this girl that I don't like. And what actually happens between the two of them, so later on in the episode, they hang out together. Tory suggests they just go and have a bit of fun, and he basically just forget about Sam. And she claims that it's a way to try and win her back.
You act like you're totally over her. Like, you don't care. Then she'll want you back. And you know how to get over her? Have a little fun. And then adjust the face.
But I think it's pretty clear that that's not her intention, really. Because what actually ends up happening is they end up hooking up, which you could probably have guessed, I think. But yeah, there's the sort of chemistry between the two of them. And she uses the little lesson that they were taught at Cobra Kai that day. Go all in, make a move. And Miguel was taking that to mean go all in, make a move in order to win Sam back. But then Tory uses that to her advantage, go all in and make a move on me.
I think it means exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Make a move.
I'm sort of wondering at this point, does Tory actually like Miguel, romantically speaking? Or is she simply using Miguel to get back at Sam? Is she stealing Miguel off Sam as a mark of sort of revenge? It's not massively clear from what happens later on in the season. There's quite a lot of sort of further bonding between the two of them where Sam isn't present or even aware of what's going on for a while. But there is a scene later on in the season where she quite purposefully makes a point to kiss Miguel passionately in front of Sam. It could be like just a sort of combination of the two. She sort of likes Miguel romantically, but she's also sort of saying, well, this is also a way to get back at Sam, so, so much the better. Yeah, this particular scene, just the way that Peyton List plays out this scene, I just find it sort of really fascinating. And this is one particular reason why I'm really eagerly anticipating season 3. It's not particularly clear at this point how much interest Tory has in Miguel romantically, her just sort of using him to get back at Sam. So if you've seen Cobra Kai, let me know what you guys think. Even if you've not seen it, let me know, do you think I'm talking complete bollocks about this or what? So, yeah, see you guys around. Bye-bye.